Hello, I am Nalana Lynch and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be chatting about 5 systems that I have set up in my craft room over the past couple of months that have really been game changers for me in my crafting process. Please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do, and like this video as well so that you can get more crafty content from me. I am curious to know, what is your favorite system in your craft room? Please comment below and let me know, because I love hearing what works really well for everyone. So let's get into today's video. So the first system that I've really enjoyed so far is setting up a Kallax unit. I was not intending to set up a Kallax unit at all in my craft room, but I have had billy shelves for all these years that I've been a crafter, and the one issue that I've always had is that the billy does not fit the 9x12 albums, as well as 12x12 albums, papers, and tool setups and whatnot. So what I've really loved is the fact that I now get a space in my craft room that has the width and the depth to be able to store these type of items. Now, we moved into this house last year and there were inbuilt wardrobes, and these two sides of the wardrobes there have been shelves that I was able to fit in 12-inch type thing. So what I did was I stored my 12x12 paper kits on those shelves in baskets. However, I still wanted some sort of display area for my albums, for papers, for projects or kits that I was working on and whatnot, and so decided to install a 3x4 Kallax unit in the space between either side of the wardrobe area to make it usable, first of all, and to not have it just be a pile of clutter or things on the floor in a wardrobe. And so I felt like that really maximized the space of the closet in this room, and I've gotten 12 cube units to work with, and so I've stored quite a number of things in there. So first up, I stored my cinch machines, which I've really loved. I feel like I want to see it more, or see the cinch machines more. That is a bit tight to say. So that I can have more projects and be inspired to use these machines more. They are cute. You could do so many types of mini books and notebooks with them, and so I felt like they're pretty and they would work really well there. So on the top row, I have my cinch machines and my cinch accessories, and then in the second row, I was able to store some of my 12x12 paper trays, as well as tools, my VR punch boards and whatnot. I have pocket boards, I have envelope boards. I have quite a number of them that I really love using, and I also bought the display tray for those punch boards, and so that sits right on top of the paper tray, and so that has been a really lovely addition to the Kallax unit. I used them with my billy shelves, however there was a bit of overhang, so it was lovely to be able to move those across. I've also stored in there some magazine or holders where I have page protectors, I have files and documents and whatnot, and so that was lovely, as well as some of the longer storage baskets. In the third row, I stored a few of my clear drawers. So they are stackable drawers which fit on my billy shelf with a bit of overhang as well, but what I've done is I stacked them 3 on each cube because of the height of the cube, and so now I have stored them in there. I felt like because they were clear, they needed to be styled a bit more if I left them open on the shelf. So what I ended up doing was buying 3 of the cupboard units for the Kallax, building those up, and then placing the clear drawers as well as some clear paper trays in there. So that is the third row, and the fourth row I have storage boxes with nicks and knacks, notepads, paper things from my planner collection and whatnot, and also a basket filled with embroidery thread and just things that couldn't fit in some of these smaller drawers. So I really loved how that's come out, and I've also been able to decorate it for this season, and I'm excited when I share my craft room tour with you, which is coming up, to show you how I've decorated the top of that Kallax unit. So the second system that I've implemented is 2 sets of Alex drawers. I've previously owned Alex drawers and I really love how they look, and the fact that they are shallow drawers makes it very easy to store some of the smaller things that we have in our craft collection. And so I set up my Papercrafting Alex drawers when I was in the process of reorganizing and figuring out how I'd like to use the Alex drawers, because previously I would have dies in there. The dies I've recently placed into a new system, which I shared in a previous video. I will link that above for you to check it out. It's a really great video, as well as some 12 by 12 papers, which I've now stored in the cupboard unit. I previously stored punches, adhesives, and all the things that I use quite regularly in my craft trolley, but I was able to transfer these to a pull-out Alex drawer, which makes it very easy to access. And so once I set that up, and I was trying to figure out how I would store like my mixed media supplies, my ribbons, because I previously had my ribbons in a December daily bin, but I transferred my December daily things to the left side of this closet. And so I'm like, okay, where can I put everything? And I decided that getting 2 extra sets of Alex drawers, one will be for mixed media, one will be for ribbon. So I really loved how these turned out, and this is my mixed media drawer. I am still setting up one of the drawers, which is for my sequins. I have the sequin case, but the thought of pouring all the sequins into these little containers, just a little bit daunting for me, so I will get to it soon. But in the meantime, I've set up my tools, my mixed media tools, texture pastes, glitter, paints, and then some other mixed media miscellaneous supplies. So love how this turned out, and I also love how the ribbon drawers turn out, and I will share pullouts of those in my upcoming craft room tour. Next up is my stamp storage. So I love being able to separate my stamps out by theme and by size. So now every bin on this billy shelf in front of you has different themes of stamps, from starting with 3x4 stamps, then 4x6, my story stamps from Ali Edwards, then 6x8 with alpha, numbers, icons, words and phrases. And so it goes all the way down with stamps from the various sizes and the various themes. So loved how this turned out as well. And one of the things that I wanted to be able to easily access my stamps, especially by theme. So, you know, sometimes you just want an alpha stamp. I previously had the alpha stamps set up together, but then I would still kind of have to go through to see. So I feel like this way, if I have an icon that I want to pull, or a word or phrase, it's just a little bit easier to access the stamps when they're like this. And so I am yet to label. I am very excited about the labeling process. I've started and I've done pretty much every container in my craft room, and so I will also share a video with my labeling process and what I've decided on how to label each container. I love the thought of doing it, and it has taken me longer than I thought it would, but the next step for me is just a few more just label headings to do, and then I will send that through my Cricut. So I'm really excited to share that video with you too, which is coming up. So the fourth system that I've really loved with this new craft room has been a unit for my printers and electronic tools. So I have my Cricut maker, sewing machine, printers, Minc machine, and this all is set up, you know, so that I can use them quickly, efficiently, and get things done without having to like mount up and shift things around and that kind of thing. So I love how this turned out as well. Fifth up is this display. I previously had all of my albums on a cube shaped billy shelf, but now I kind of, and then I had some on another corner on the billy shelf as well on my right and that kind of thing, but now I've placed them all together, and it just makes me feel really warm and fuzzy inside to have all of my albums in one place and be able to see what I've created and inspire me to keep going. I remember seeing a crafter talk about the importance of displaying your projects and, you know, it helping to motivate you to create more, and I felt that it's been really lovely, and especially for my mini albums, because, you know, mini albums can be a bit difficult to store, but using them as a display or as decor was really nice. So I could see them and they take up a shelf, and I love how that turned out. So these are some of the systems that I've been loving so far in my craft room. Please let me know which systems are your favorite in your craft room. I'd love to hear it. Comment down below, and if you haven't subscribed or liked to my channel yet, please do. Thank you much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.